Rabbi, welcome back to Yerushalmi Maaser Sheni. We are holding on Vav Amud Aleph. Now, just a quote from our Mishnah. So, Rav Shimon ben Yehuda said the name of Yossi that if you've got fruit which are not complete, then when you get to Maaser Sheni, you can redeem it and you can eat it everywhere. The question is, Perish Nigma Malachton, right? Beis Shammai say, look, take them back, eat them in Yerushalayim. Beis Hillel say, no, you can still redeem it and eat it anywhere. So we're up to here. So the Brisa brings a discussion between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Amru Beis Hillel and Beis Shammai. Ein atem moedim lanu. Do you not agree that Perish Shalayding Rabbalachtan? Look, you got fruit which is not complete yet. It's gone through Yerushalayim, but it's not complete yet. Sheyipadeh Maaser Sheni Shalahen. You can redeem the Maaser Sheni. They're not complete, this fruit. You can redeem it and eat it anywhere. Our Perish Shalayding Rabbalachtan came. So you got pairs which are complete. I mean, you can't see the Maaser Sheni. We haven't separated the Maaser Sheni yet. So there's no idea of them being caught in the mechitzas of Yerushalayim, as it were, because we've not separated the Maaser Sheni yet. Right? So it's like pairs which are not complete. The same thing should apply. So why do we say that, when the pairs are nigra malachton, they're complete fruit, the mechitzas have captured them, but we've not separated the Maaser Sheni? That's what Beis Hillel say to Beis Shammai. Amolem Beis Shammai. Beis Shammai say back, there's the difference. No, the words are not the same. Look, it's all very well fruit which is not yet complete. So the mechitzas are not chelet the Maaser Sheni because the fruit is not complete yet. So then, shuyachal lav kiran. At that stage, you can make it hefka or patra min ha-maasros, and there'll be no maaser obligation at all. Hefka is patra from Maaser. There's no chiyuv maasros yet, and it could be they may not be at all a chiyuv maasros. So we're not going to say, as if there's Maaser Sheni here. It's as if you've separated the Maaser Sheni, and the mechitzas have caught this produce, and it has to stay in Yerushalayim. We're not going to say that. As opposed to, when the perish has reached its level of development, Hefka is not going to pass from Maaser only before the Gemar Malacha, but after the Gemar Malacha, they are obligated in Trumas and Maasros. And you can't patter them, therefore, they will definitely be obligated in Maasros. So we should imagine this Maaser Sheni as if it's already separated, and the walls of Yerushalayim have put an obligation on it to be eaten within Yerushalayim. That's what Beis Shammai say back to Beis Hillel. Amul ahed Beis Hillel. Beis Hillel come back. He says that. Even if the fruit's complete, you can still make a hefka or a patra min ha-maasros and exempt any maaser obligation. So you can still make a hefka. There is actually a Mishnah in Peah which says produce after maruach, after it's been stacked up, then making a hefka does not remove the maaser obligation. This Tosefta here seems to go against that. Which is right. The Tosefta is right or not? It's not clear. Some say the Girsa here is a mistake. Okay. Some say the Mishnah Peah is Beis Shammai's view. Yerushalmi Peah there, that Mishnah is like the view of Beis Shammai. But according to Beis Hillel, you can make something hefka and potter from Maaser even after Gemar Malacha. All right. So what we got here? Amul ahed Beis Hillel. Av Perish Nigma Malachton. You can still obligate, you can still make a hefka and take away the maaser obligation. Because you've got baskets of figs and grapes. When they're ready complete and you want to eat them, of course you can make a hefka and exempt the maaser obligation. And they are part of a maasros. And it's the same thing. Other payros which are complete, you can make a hefka part of a maasros. Therefore, we should compare Perish Nigma Malachton, where they're complete fruit, to fruit which is not complete. Basically, in both situations, the mechitzas will not hold this fruit here. It doesn't have to stay here. Hadar Amra. Now, one thing it tells me, Sali Te'enim La'achila, you have baskets of figs for eating. Sali Anavim La'achila, and baskets of grapes for eating. Gemar Malacha Hein. At that stage, the fruit is complete. As we've said, Beis Hillel brought this as an example of produce which are nigma malachton, right? They're completely developed this fruit. That's what we see from here. They're baskets, right? The fruit you put in a basket is a fully developed fruit. Amul Ahen Beis Shammai. You with me up?
We don't have a poll.
You don't have this back and forward in our booklets?
No.
Okay. What's the next bit you have?
I'm Beis Afresh Nigma Malach Yerushalmi Maaser.
Okay.
The Shama responses. Also, you can take them from place to place.
You can take it from place to place. Okay, when we come to that, we'll see. I think that does come. Amul Ahen Beis Shammai. Beis Shammai said, no. There's still a difference between Peiros. This is what we're coming to now, actually, this point now. Amul Ahen Beis Shammai, no, there's a difference between Peiros which is not complete to Peiros which is complete. Because if a mountain by Peiros Shaloning were Malachton, Peiros which are not yet complete, the Mechitzas don't hold the Maaser Sheni within Yerushalmi. That's because you can separate Maaser Sheni on it from elsewhere. You can separate Maaser Sheni from other fruits. So it's not clear that you have Maaser Sheni in this mixture. Therefore, the mechitzas are not kolet, so the fruit doesn't have to stay in Yerushalmi. But when the fruit is complete, you cannot separate Maaser Sheni from elsewhere because it's already been chapped, it's been taken on by the mechitzas, so therefore they're not the same. I mean, this itself, again, there's a question they asked. This is the whole discussion, Beis Shammai Beis Hillel. If Peiros are complete, are the mechitzas kolet the Maaser Sheni within it or not? According to Beis Hillel, the mechitzas are not capturing this. So therefore you can separate Maaser Sheni from elsewhere. And yet Beis Shammai are saying, because you can't separate Maaser Sheni from elsewhere, the mechitzas are capturing it. But Beis Hillel say you can separate the mechitzas, you can separate Maaser Sheni from elsewhere, and then the mechitzas don't capture it. So whatever Beis Shammai is saying back, well, Beis Hillel don't hold of it. Some say, even according to Beis Hillel, once Peiros are complete and they've gone in Yerushalmi, the mechitzas capture it to the extent that you can't separate Maaser Sheni from elsewhere. Maybe Beis Hillel agree with that, but maybe the mechitzas don't help as far as pidyon. You're still allowed to redeem it and eat it outside Yerushalmi. Maybe. All right, let's carry on. Hadar Pashta, She'il Zayda Reb Zeira. This Bryce, at least we can work out the question of Reb Zeira, that was the sugi above. He had a question, if Peiros which were gone in within the walls of Yerushalmi, where you separated Maaser Sheni from elsewhere, are they patur, or maybe the mechitzas have captured them? It's here clearly in the words of Beis Shammai, you cannot separate Maaser Sheni from elsewhere. It could be good Beis Hillel, it's okay, but anyway, the Rambam paskins, you cannot separate Maaser Sheni from elsewhere once it's come within this walls of Yerushalmi. Okay. What about Maaser Sheni that's come into Yerushalmi nowadays, when the Beis Mikdash is not around? Rav Chanina, Rav Yonason, Rishon ben Levi, these Amoraim lived after the Churban. They went to Yerushalmi. Nitamnu lahen Peiros. Their fruit of Maaser Sheni finished. Ubikshu, sorry, no, not finished. They had fruit of Maaser Sheni, and Ubikshu lived Dyson. They want to redeem it in Yerushalmi. They held nowadays you're allowed to do it. Okay, they felt that nowadays after the Churban you're allowed to redeem it. This was Peiros of Tebel. They wanted to maybe separate Maaser Sheni. I don't know. They wanted to redeem it in Yerushalmi. The Amalon Chados Savta. A grandmother said to them, right? She said, your fathers never used to do this. They would never redeem Maaser Sheni in Yerushalmi, even though the Beis Mikdash was destroyed. And a mapkin, they would take the Peiros chutz l'chaima outside the walls of Yerushalmi, and they would redeem it there. Okay, that's what they would do. I mean, the fact is, they held, Bizman Hazeh, you can't redeem Peiros of Maaser Sheni Yerushalmi, therefore you can't take it out either, because the mechitzas have captured it. So what are they saying? Well, you would take it out. He says, if it's Tevel, maybe they held mechitzas do not capture Tevel. Yeah, Peiros of Tevel, maybe. He says, this is like Rishon ben Yehuda in our Mishnah, according to Beis Hillel. you're allowed to even complete fruit. You're allowed to take out Yerushalayim and separate Maaser Sheni and redeem it. Maybe this idea of the mechitzas capturing again is only Gzerah Rabban, and they weren't machmir nowadays. Therefore, you could take it out when it's tevel. All right, back to the Gemara here. What about the Chachamim who argue on this? There's some Amoraim who hold you can redeem Maaser in Yerushalayim, and their fathers gave evidence that the Zakena said no, the others said no. Your father never used to do this. So after Havasavra Meiba, the old woman, she was thinking that the Chachamim who she gave evidence, she quoted to say, the Kedusha of Yerushalayim is still here, even nowadays. And even though the walls are destroyed, we imagine they are still there. Therefore, you cannot redeem Maaser Sheni in Yerushalayim nowadays, just like you was forbidden to do this at the time of the Beis Hamikdash. But these Chachamim who felt they could do it, these Chachamim, Rav Chanina, Rav Yonis, and Rav Levi, they felt, look, you cannot say the walls are still there, because they're not there. The Kedusha of Yerushalayim has gone away. Therefore, you can redeem Maaser Sheni, just like you can do it elsewhere. This machlokes depends on an machlokes tanaim. Savta Havasavra Meiba Rabbi Yeshua. The old woman wanted to say like Rabbi Yeshua in Idias, that the Kedusha's Beis Hamikdash was not batel after the Churban. The same thing Kedusha's Yerushalayim, that we imagine the walls as if they're standing. The Chachamim, that's the fathers, they held Rabbi Eliezer, the Chacham Rav Chanina and his friends held like Rabbi Eliezer in that Mishnah, that the Kedusha of Beis Hamikdash was batel with the Churban, and the same thing, the Kedusha's Yerushalayim was batel. You don't imagine the walls are still there because they are not there. Now there's another Amora in this idea of redemption of Maaser Sheni nowadays. Rav Pinchas Messiah Lahu. He would defile the Peiros, right? He would be Metame the Peiros. And he would redeem them in Yerushalayim, like Maaser Sheni, which is Tameh, which you're allowed to redeem it. And why did he do this? Because he was worried for both opinions. So he didn't want to redeem Maaser Sheni, which is Tahar in Yerushalayim, because he was worried for those opinions who held the Kedusha of Yerushalayim is still here. And therefore he shouldn't be redeeming Maaser Sheni and don't take it out of the town once it's gone within the walls. On the other hand, he didn't want to eat it, like Maaser Sheni, which is eaten in Yerushalayim. He was worried about the Tanaim who held that the Kedusha has gone away, and you mustn't eat it. So what did he do? He defiled it. With this, he's Metame it, and then Maaser Sheni, which is Tameh, you can redeem it onto other things, even in Yerushalayim. Now it's true, you should not be being Metame Maaser Sheni, right? Because it's included in B'chol Kodesh Lo Tiga, or because of the Chiyuv B'Shmeres to Ramoisai. You should guard Truma from Tumah, but Maaser Sheni in Yerushalayim nowadays, you can't eat it, you can't redeem it. If you leave it as it is, someone will eat it. So the Torah writes in Shin Lamed Aleph, and the Ramah and Shulchan Aruch there, it's better that you should make it muksha to receive Tumah, and you metame it, and you should redeem it. Because the Makar din is from the Maaseh Rav Pinchas. The Achronim explain, we're not forbidden to be metame Maaser Sheni unless you can eat it b'kedusha. And by you defiling it, then you can't do this, as opposed to, anyway, this one anyway we can't eat, right? Okay. Some say he didn't actually defile the Peiros of Maaser Sheni, but it was the Peiros of Tebel, before he separated Maaser Sheni. It could be, yes, we can't be Metame Maaser Sheni Mizman Azeh, even though we can't eat it. Maybe it was only because it was Tebel, and it had Maaser Sheni in it. Maybe that's why he was Metame it. All right. And some say they didn't allow him to be Metame only Peiros of Tebel before the fruit was fully developed. So it's an earlier stage. But after it's fully developed, even before you separate Maaser Sheni, you must be Metame it. Okay, let's carry on. Now the Gemara comes back to the argument tonight about the mechitzas capturing the fruit that's going through it. Rabbi Yaakov Aridi Amar Rabbi Yerushalmi Levi. Halach Yidirei Talmud. The halach is like Rishon ben Yehuda, a person in the name of his teacher, Rabbi Yossi, that according to Beis Hillel, pairs which are complete, they've gone through Shalayim. The mechitzas do not capture the Maaser Sheni aspect, and the Maaser Sheni can be redeemed and can be eaten in every place. Some say the Talmud is Rav Pinchas, actually, who was Metame, the parents of Maaser Sheni nowadays. But Rav Pinchas wasn't in the generation of Yaakov Idi or Rabbi Levi. He was much after that. So that's not so clear. Okay. The Rambam paskins the Tanakama fruit, which is complete, and it goes through the walls of Yerushalayim, is captured there. Like the Chachamim, which the Savta brought. And nowadays you can take the fruit when it's tevel outside the town and redeem it. He didn't say you should be metame it. This doesn't seem to fit in with any of our pirushim. All right. But if you have demai, that can go in Yerushalayim, that can come out and can be redeemed. We're talking about peres demai, which you've not separated Maaser Sheni yet. That you're allowed to take them out from Yerushalayim and separate Maaser Sheni and to redeem it. Demai atzmai, but Maaser Sheni, which was separated, the whole Maaser Sheni came about from demai, so the whole produce was demai to start with. If that goes into Yerushalayim, say it again. Demai atzmai, so Maaser Sheni, which was separated from peres of demai, if that goes in Yerushalayim, kvatzvasata mechitza, it's already been captured in the mechitza and you cannot take it out. So if you have peres demai, which you've not separated Maaser Sheni, you can take them out. But demai itself,
because they want to take it into Yerushalayim.
Maaser Sheni, once it's gone through Yerushalayim, you cannot be part of it. So 1 second. So peres demai, which you're not separated Maaser Sheni, it's just demai. Yeah, now you can take in, take out, separate Maaser Sheni, redeem it. But demai atzmai, Maaser Sheni separated from demai. So the whole thing is Rabbanon. But if you separated Maaser Sheni from demai, it's gone through the walls, you cannot take it out. He says here, it's talking about Maaser Sheni of demai. You're allowed to take it out. You cannot redeem it. You should send it back to Yerushalayim. The Issa Haitzah from Yerushalayim, they were makel even with Maaser Sheni and demai, as opposed to the Issa Pidyon. They weren't lenient with this idea of redemption. The Mishnah here says demai can go in and out and can be redeemed. That's what we're saying here. So Vavad Peres Sheni Tvulin Demai, Peres demai, without any Maaser Sheni being separated, fine, you can redeem it. But demai outside basically means Maaser Sheni. You've already separated the Maaser Sheni. Then, if it goes in and out, then it's already gone caught in the city. You cannot take it out. Okay, what about the area, the holy area in Yerushalayim, where you're allowed to eat Maaser Sheni? It can't be redeemed. We're going to talk about the trees which are above the walls of the city and the houses built within the walls and stretching out. Ilan Sha'omer Biflim. So you have a tree which is standing on the inside within the walls of Yerushalayim, and the branches are stretching outside the wall. Or a tree which was standing outside, and the branches are stretching within the wall. Then, that part of the tree, the area of the wall and the inside, that's got a din of inside. Within Yerushalayim, you're allowed to stand on that tree and in that place and eat Maaser Sheni. Now the Maaser Sheni which is there, you can't redeem it. You're in Yerushalayim. But the branch is extending outside the walls. That area is outside. So therefore, you can't eat Maaser Sheni there, but you are allowed to redeem it. Okay? Right. So we're saying now, you follow the outside or the inside, is it beyond the wall? Is it within the wall? Now, in Bavli, in Makkas, the Gemara asks, our Mishnah seems to contradict a Mishnah in Maasros. In Maasros over there, it says, Maaser Sheni hakol halech acha hanoif. Do you remember that? Everything goes after, whether it's like the trunk of the tree. Rav Kahana said it's machlokes tanoim. Mishnah in Maasros is Rav Yehuda, says you follow the knife. And our Mishnah is like the Chachamim, that we don't follow the knife or the main thing, we don't follow the branches, we don't follow the root. Basically, it's beyond the wall or within the wall. That's the distinction we're making. There it seems to say, Is it the trunk? Is it the branch? Do you follow the branch? Do you follow the trunk? But not this thing of within the wall or outside the wall. Yerushalmi and Maaser, it said it's also depending on machlokes on the Tanoim, Beis Hillel or Beis Shammai, about, you have an olive press where there's an entrance inside the Yerushalayim and then the space goes outside. According to Beis Hillel, again, the wall, anything within the wall is inside. The same thing with the branch, maybe everything follows Keneged Achaim. According to Beis Shammai, everything's like inside. If the entrance is inside, everything's inside, even if it protrudes outwards. So some answer this stira is: do we follow the knife and the ikka, or do we follow within the wall, beyond the wall? Some want to say when the Mishnah there said, follow the branches, even the ikka follows the branches. It doesn't mean that. It means the branches have got the place where they are. No, one doesn't follow the other. The branches don't follow the trunk. Really, at the end of the day, it follows the walls. If it's within the walls, it's inside. If it's beyond the walls, it's outside. And the same din with the main part of the tree. Okay, so some try and whether it's Machlekes, Beis Hillel, Beis Shammai.
But does this mean like when they talk about Yerushalayim, talk about the Area Tekah, the old city? If after the old city, it's not Yerushalayim that we have today.
Correct. Yeah.
So
it's the old
outside
city.
wasn't Yerushalayim.
No, of course not. There was nothing there.
Yerushalayim was just that little tiny
old city. The old city. Yeah. So where we are now. So some want to learn this contradiction with the Mishnayos and Makkos, where the Gemara and Makkos stuff you'd base. All right. Where are we now? Bate Abadim. So you've got these olive presses. So these were buildings of some kind, and if you have an entrance to get in within the walls, but it carried on maybe some sort of tunnel outside the walls, but the entrance was in. Or the entrance was outside, but the space for the actual press was inside. Everything follows the inside. Everything's got a din of being inside. Whichever way round. Within the walls is inside, anything beyond the walls is kelachutz, has got a din of outside. Now, what about the various rooms? The various chambers, which were in the holy areas of the Azara, and they were opened to the area of Har Bayis, which didn't have the same condition of the Azara. So their entrance was outside, so their inside did not have the holy areas. It was not treated holy, it was like din of Har Bayis, and not like the Azara, because you follow where the entrance is. The Gaga said Kodesh, but their roofs are holy because they are in the area of the Mikdash. If they are built outside, but the entrance is on the inside, the inside is holy, you follow the entrance. The Gaga said but their roofs are not holy. And if it's let's say they're built in both areas, they had two entrances, then Teichon v'Gagresen, their inside and their roof, Keneged HaKodesh LaKodesh, within the holy areas towards the Kodesh side is Kodesh, Keneged HaChol v'Lachol, but anything beyond in the Har Bayis area, Har Bayis, then that's got a din of Chol, that did not have the din of holiness there. So it seems, it could be, if it's got two entrances, then each area will depend on where it is in relation to the wall. Now, the last part we said, Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel argue about an olive press, which is built within the walls. Rabbi Elazar says, Lo Chumrin. When the Tanaim said, they weren't sure, really, they weren't sure that you can take every din even to be lenient. They were saying you have to be machmir. So when Shammai say, well, everything's like inside, it's not so clear, it's more you have to be machmir for it. Now, let's see. Ma'ala Chumrin, what do you mean we have to be machmir? What dinim were they talking about? Right? That which we've learned, the Chumrin, is in the following brisa. So you've got the entrance inside in the holy area, the space is going outside, right? Part of the halal, not all of it, is outside the walls. So so within the walls, it's got a din like inside. It's inside, and the entrance is inside. Beyond the wall, that din is Ein oichlin sham kodshim kalim kilifnim. You cannot treat it like an inside area, so you can't eat kodshim kalim there. But you can't treat it as an outside area either. Normally, Maaser Sheni, you can be paid outside. Here you can't. Because since part of this press is outside, but the entrance is inside, we have to be machmir for both sadim. Not only you can't eat kachim kalim there, you can't redeem either. And also the other way around. If the entrance is outside, and the space goes inside, well, beyond the walls, it's got a din of outside, because it's outside, the entrance is outside. Within the walls, you cannot treat it as being inside to start eating kachim kalim there. Nor can you redeem Maaser Sheni beyond the walls. Because since it's within the walls, the entrance may be outside, where machmir, you cannot eat kachim kalim, you cannot redeem Maaser Sheni. So when Beis Hillel said in our Mishnah, beyond the walls, within the walls is like inside, beyond the walls is outside, it wasn't clear cut. There are cases where they said it, the kula, let's say the entrance is on that side where the space is, and there are cases where they only said it the chumrah, where the entrance is one side and the space is the other side. Okay. If it is built, you have these lishkas which are built in the holy and the non-holy areas, and there may be holy to both sides, openings to both sides. So then the inside and the roof on the holy side is holy, and beyond that is not holy. So this is the command of the Mishnah. When we said the inside and the roof, which parts are holy, Taychan Kodesh, and the inside is holy. On the holy side, and within is holy. And the area outside is considered unholy. So it's not that the inside and the roof, Kodesh, is Kodesh Keneged HaChol. It's not going on both. No, the inside is completely holy. You follow the entrance, which is in Kodesh. Yeah? And the roofs, Keneged HaKodesh, Keneged HaChol, as far as the roof, we follow where it is. Yeah? Where is that roof? Where is it physically? Is it within the holy side? Or is it within the Chol side? If you have rooms which are built on the holy side with two entrances, Toichan Kodesh, the inside is Kodesh. So we can't really look at the doors, the entrances, so we follow the space, which is Kodesh. They're built on the Kodesh side. But if they're built on the non-holy side, again they have two entrances, then we can't look at the entrances, we just look at where it is. So the inside is not considered holy. Now, what does it mean the inside is holy? That which we said, Toichan Kodesh, Eichlin Sham Kachim Kachim. So if it's holy, you can eat kachim kachim, v'shachtin sham kachim kalim, and you can shecht kachim kalim. And Tomei shenichlas l'sham chayev. Tomei person who goes inside is chayev kares or malchus or carbon b'shogeg like the azara itself. Rabbi Yehuda b'shem Rav. Ein loikin, you can only get lashes on the area of the azara el al orech 187 by roichem 187 by 135. You only get lashes a Tomei person going into the Azara was the original area, but not the rooms outside that area, although they might be open to the Kodesh. You don't get lashes for that. Even though as far as eating kachim kachim, they have a din like the Azara, but a Tomei person going in these other areas will not get lashes for that. And also we've learned, you have a room which is built in the Chol area near the Azara. The entrance is in the Kodesh. You can eat kachim kachim, shechtin sham kachim kalim, Tomei shenichlas l'sham patur. But a Tomei person going in these rooms, he's not chayev. And that's like the words of Rav. Now, the first opinion held, a Tomei person goes to the Lishka where the inside is Kodesh, is chayev. But this Brisa seems to say it's patur. So Tifta, we can explain that opinion holds Kadot Tanaya. He holds like the Tanya in the following Brisa. The Tanya we've learned, now this is about the olive presses built in the walls of Yerushalmi, where Beis Hillel said in our Mishnah, and the part of the Brisa connect, we said within the walls is inside, outside the walls is outside. Rabbi Yossi Zu Mishnah Rabbi Akiva, that's the view of Rabbi Akiva. Avol Divrei Chachamim, but according to the view of the Chachamim, this is what Beis Hillel said. They have a din like the rooms in the Gvul of the Azara of Kol Haloshon. As far as their Kedusha, you follow their entrances. If the entrances are Kodesh, they're Kodesh. If they are open to the Chol, they've got a din like Chol. And also these prices, you're going to follow their entrances as far as Kedusha is Shalayim. Basically, this price is Mashma, you always follow the entrance. If the entrance is Kodesh, it's got a din of Kodesh wherever it is. Even for a Tamei person going in, he'll be liable. And therefore this goes against the other price that we quoted, which patted a Tamei person. So the one opinion we wanted to say is Chayev, follow this other price, right? This other price that says you just follow the entrances. You don't follow where the actual building is. Okay? Now, Maaser Sheni, halacha hey, yeah? Maaser Sheni, which is Tahar, you cannot redeem it within Yerushalmi. Right? You cannot redeem it within Yerushalmi. And also Midrabanan, you cannot take it out and redeem it outside. It's been captured by the walls of Yerushalmi. Maaser Sheni, which is Tamei, you can redeem it in Yerushalmi. Now the Tanaim argue, once you've redeemed it, do you have to eat it in Yerushalmi, or you can eat it outside? Remember, it's Maaser Sheni, which is Tamei. Where can you eat it? Maaser Sheni Shenech Yerushalmi, V'nitzma. Now let's say it became Tamei. Now, what degree did it become Tamei? Bein Shenitzma Ba'avatuma, maybe a Sheretz or Nevela. Bein Shenitzma B'Vladatuma. Vladatuma has got a lesser degree of Tuma. Okay? We'll see what sort of Avatuma, what sort of Vlad, we'll see in the Gemara. Bein B'Fnim, when it became Tamei in Yerushalmi, Bein B'Chutz, or outside, before it's actually got into Yerushalmi. Bein Shamei Emrim HaKoni Padeh, you can redeem it, but B'Yacha B'Fnim, eat it within the town. You've redeemed it. It's Cholin. But eat it in Yerushalmi. We'll see why. Chos, he says one exception. You don't have to eat it in Yerushalmi. So this is the extreme. It became Tamei seriously. Yeah, Avatuma, serious Tuma. And Bachutz, outside. You hear that? It was serious Tuma outside Yerushalmi. Then, once you redeem it, you can eat it outside. Because it was already seriously Tummy when it came into Yerushalmi, and then it doesn't matter if you eat it outside. So that's the extreme. Avatuma, which was, it was Tummy Avatuma outside. Now it's come in, but it's showing, okay, you can take this one out and eat it outside. Right? After you redeemed it. Because when it came in, it was Tamei, really severe Tumah. That's Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel say, you can redeem everything except the other extreme. Hakani Yapada, everything can be redeemed, v'yachal b'chutz, and eat it outside, even outside. But the one case where they say don't eat it outside is the other extreme. Chutz v'shenitzba b'vlada tumah b'bifnim. So if it had a sort of rabbinical, Vlad usually is sort of rabbinical tumah, and inside Yerushalmi, that case is got to stay there. Although you redeemed it and is now Cholin, that case has got to stay there. Anything else can come out. So those are the two. Beis Shammai are saying everything has to be eaten in, except Ava Tuma Bachutz, became Tamei outside. Beis Hillel say everything can be eaten out, except Vlada Tuma Bifnim. It came over sort of just a rabbinical Tuma inside, that's got to stay in. Because it's come into the city when it was tar, it only had a light Tuma. Don't take it out. Even though you've redeemed it, Beis Hillel say, don't take it out. Right? Eat it inside.
Because you have to eat it inside even after you paid it. So
this is only this case. The Beis Hillel say only this case.
So even after you paid it,
yeah, but only Vlada Tuma Bifnim, where it became Tamei inside on a rabbinical Tuma. They would agree, and you'll pay it. They would agree if it's biblical Tuma and you'll pay it, you can take it outside. But rabbinical Tuma inside, that you should eat inside. Beis Shammai said no. Everything has to be eaten inside, except Ava Tuma Bachutz. Right? Now, see. It says with opinion of Maaser Sheni. It says you cannot carry it this is Maaser Sheni, which is Tameh, you can redeem it in Yerushalmi. It says you put your Maaser Sheni onto money. Ma'anan kayobin. Now, what are we talking about here? You can't carry it. If you're far away from Yerushalayim, you can't carry it, so the Torah allows you to redeem it. It says, the journey is long. The reason why you can redeem it is a long journey. You can't carry this fruit all this way. Why does the Torah have to say, you can't carry? We already know you're far away. If it's you're in Yerushalayim, but of course you can't redeem it. You're used to use the money and you buy food with it. When it says about kasef, it says you take the money in your hand, you go to the place where Hashem has chosen. So the Torah never said you should redeem it. Only outside Yerushalayim you redeem it. You can't redeem it inside. And a ma'o lo tocha says, so what is this pasuk telling us? Lo tocha la'achlai. You cannot eat it. Lashon achila. You cannot eat the masa, which is tameh. You cannot eat it. Uksev and asata b'kasef. In that case, you can redeem it even within Yerushalayim.
But they were just saying that you can only buy.
Now we'll see. This is tameh now. You can't eat it.
What is tameh?
It's tameh, so you can redeem it.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to redeem it even within Yerushalayim because it's tameh. The question is it only Maaser Sheni which is tameh, or even Maaser Sheni where you can't eat it for some other reason? The pasuk says le'tuchal se'esa. It doesn't mention tumah, right? Some Rishonim learn nowadays you cannot be paid in Yerushalmi Maaser Sheni, which is tameh, because even the pigeon you can't eat. You're going to buy other fruit, you still can't eat that either. Other achronim scheme, some achronim agree nowadays you can redeem Maaser Sheni. What do? We take the money, we throw it away, right? We don't get anything from it. Anyway, Tani, Itzvah, we learned about Kapara Amma, he says, Avatuma. So what is Avatuma? Vladatuma. So I told you one is Torah, one is Drabbana. Let's see. Avatuma, which is Tamei Dvar Torah. Vladatuma means Midivrein. It's only a rabbinical Tumah. That's one version, one opinion, by Kapara. Rabbi Yochanan Amma, he said, Bein Zeh Dvar Torah. No, both of them are Min Torah. Avatuma is severe tumah, which can be metame a person, metame kelim. Vlada tumah is a rishon, or maybe a sheni. It cannot be metame a person or kelim. So he wants to learn the difference is it severe? They're both from the Torah, but one is more severe than the other, right? And the other opinion says no, one's from the Torah, one's Rabbanon. Now let's see this now. So according to Bar Kapara, everyone agrees, Maaser Sheni, which is Tamei Tumah Drabanon, you can redeem it in Yerushalayim. The question is where you eat it afterwards. I mean, on Torah it's Tahar. Lemaisi, you can't eat it because it's a Drabanon, you can redeem it. Fine. Some learn Vlada Tumah Drabanon, like Maaser Sheni, which touched Kalim, which are Tamei with Mashkin, where the main Tumah was only rabbinical. Some say it's like a very, very low Drabanon. But on Torah, the Mashkin are not Metamei Keli. Some say, according to Bar Kapara, any Tumas Sheni and a Tumah is only Drabanon. So, even a Vlada Tumah Deraisa, one touches that. Keli touches the Sheretz. It's still only Drabanon. All right, let's carry on. The Kashya, now, so we're going to ask on Rabbi Yochanan. So Rabbi Yochanan was the one who said that they're both from the Torah, right? Av and Vlad are both from the Torah. But one is a higher level, can be Matame people, and one is not. The Kashya, the Beis Shammai, from the words of Beis Shammai in our Mishnah, it doesn't make sense what Rabbi Yochanan is telling us. And Rabbi Yochanan, Beis Shammai said, Hakol yipada v'yachal b'fnim. He said, you know what, you can redeem everything, and you must eat it inside. You must. Beis Shammai said, you must eat it inside, except, remember, one extreme, when it was severe tumah outside, then you can eat it outside. Now, according to Rabbi Yochanan, what's the difference? The severe tumah, ma bein vlad tumah b'chutz and bein ava tumah b'chutz. If they're both from the Torah, what's the difference? Why Beis Shammai say one you have to eat, you can eat outside, and the rest you eat inside? But if they're both from the Torah, what's the difference? Right? According to Rabbi Yochanan, the ava tumah, the vlad tumah, are both tumah deraisa. So why is there a difference? Beis Shammai said, well, that one you can eat out. Everyone has to eat inside, and that one you can eat outside. What's the difference? It's Tamei Ava Tuma, why it can be eaten outside, and Vlad Tuma has to be eaten inside. If they're both from the Torah, why is there a difference? And Rabbi Yochanan's pshat of that both being from the Torah, it doesn't fit in with Beis Hillel either. Because Beis Hillel, they said what? Everything can be eaten outside, except one case you eat inside. The one case where it says Vlad Tuma, which is a low level of Tuma, inside, eat that inside. According to Rabbi Yochanan, low level of Tuma. But Vlad is also been a Torah according to Rabbi Yochanan. Ma bein Vlad Tuma b'fnim, ma bein Avan Tuma b'fnim. They're both from the Torah according to Rabbi Yochanan. Yep. So this pshat doesn't really make sense according to Beis Hillel. Why are you making distinctions? Why is there chiluk between where it is, where you eat it after the redemption? It's Tamei Ava Tuma, you can eat it outside, Vlad Tuma inside, but if according to Rabbi Yochanan, both from the Torah. So the Gemara doesn't answer these questions. It moves to the other view, which makes more sense. The view of Bar Kapara, Vlad Tuma means a rabbinical Tuma. Yeah, there's Dorais Tuma and rabbinical Tuma. So Lo Yahava Be'Rabbanon Ela Dvar Kapara. You know something? The Chachamim said, we think it makes more sense. Let's deal with Bar Kapara's version of events. Right? They didn't want to answer Rav Yochanan. Forget Rav Yochanan. No way of answering that. They want to explain Bar Kapara's view. Now, even here, there are some questions, and we can give answers for them. So let's see what they asked on Bar Kapara. Bekashya, even on the Bar Kapara, at the Beis Shammai. Beis Shammai's view doesn't seem to fit in with Bar Kapara's version. The Beis Shammai said, everything you see, everything inside. Look, if it's severe tumah and it was tamei outside, okay, it came in, but now you redeem it, all right, you can take it out. So if it was tamei outside, ava tumah, you can take it out. But ma bein ava tumah, who cares where it became tamei? If it's tamei from the Torah, who cares if it became tamei outside or inside? Ma bein ava tumah bein b'chutz bein b'fnim. What difference is there? If it's tamei outside, you can eat it outside. If it's tamei inside, you have to eat it inside. If it's from the Torah, what difference? Why, if it's tamei inside, you must eat it inside. Tamei outside, you can eat it outside. So, therefore, Minadin, the Gemara answers, you're right. Ava Tuma, really, you should be able to eat it outside. Tamei min Torah, why can't you've redeemed it? Why can't you eat it outside? It's a gezerah. Don't eat it outside. Why? Look, we don't want people to say, Ra'inu Maaser Sheni Shenichnas. We saw Maaser Sheni going into Yerushalmi Tahor, but Yotze, and it went out. They won't know it became Tamei in the town. They'll make a mistake. They will allow you to take Tahor Maaser Sheni outside Yerushalayim and redeem it and eat it there. They won't know this thing became Tamei on the way. They won't know. Therefore, there's a gezerah. Any Maaser Sheni, which is tahor, that comes in, even though it becomes tamei, you can only eat it in the town. But if it was already tamei from the Torah before it came in, then you don't have to worry, and you're allowed to redeem it and eat it outside. You understand? So there's a gezerah. We don't want once it comes in tahor, we want it to stay here. Because we don't want people to think you can just take Maaser Sheni Tahor outside. But in the case where it was Tamei min Torah outside, fair enough. Me'ata. But if that's the case, you okay to go to the Mishnah today? Me'ata, if you're worried people are going to say, ooh, Maaser Sheni Tamei Yerushalayim, lo yipoteh, if that's the case, then don't redeem it at all, lo yipoteh. So Maaser Sheni, which is Tamei Yerushalayim, don't redeem it. To stop people saying, oh, we saw Maaser Sheni coming into Yerushalayim and being paid there, therefore don't be paid to it. So the Gemara says no. Look, when it's tamei on the inside, it was tahor when it came in. The mechitzas captured it. You can't eat it outside. Now it became tamei, and you can redeem it. But the issur to eat it outside is still there. But where it became tamei outside, the mechitza does not capture it because it was tamei when it came in, right? Mechitzas don't hold it. When it came in, it was tamei. It couldn't be eaten here. Therefore, when you redeem it, you're allowed to eat it outside. Now, after the Gemara explained the view of Beis Shammai according to Bar Kapara, the Gemara is going to explain the view of Beis Hillel according to Bar Kapara. Okay, you with me? Va'afilu al the Beis Hillel lesu v'kashya. Now, is there not a question according to the view of Beis Hillel? Remember what Beis Hillel said? They said if it's rabbinical tumah inside, that has to be eaten in. But anything else can be taken and eaten out. Everything can be redeemed and eaten outside. Vlada tumah inside, that has to stay here. Redeem it, has to be eaten inside. Now, vlada tumah, it's rabbinical tumah, what difference? Why one you have to eat here and his tummy outside, you can eat it there. What's the difference? No, they're both Rabbanan. The one answers, when it was Tameh Vlada Tumah outside, now it's only a Drabanan Tumah, but you can't eat it. So what are you going to do? You're going to redeem it. It's as if you stipulated, when you bring it in, I don't want these mechitzas to work. I'm going to redeem it. Therefore, after you redeemed it, you can eat it outside. You understand? It was Tameh Drabanan, so you can't eat it anyway. So I'm going to redeem it. Yes, you brought it in, but the walls don't capture it because I'm going to redeem it. Therefore, after the redemption, you can eat it outside. But when it was tahor, when it comes in, the walls captured it. Therefore, you can't eat it even after pidyon, only inside. You must eat it inside. Rav Zira said, Hadamra, this tells me, Maaser Sheni tahor, if you have tahor, Maaser Sheni, you bring it into Yerushalmi, I don't want the walls to capture it. I'm afraid it doesn't help. You're allowed to take it from the town. Actually, sorry, it does help. The mechitzas don't take hold. You're allowed to take it out and eat it outside. Because this is what we said, Maaser Sheni, which is tameh, rabbinical tumah, it's as if you made a stipulation the mechitzas will not capture it. So Maaser Sheni, where you made it tonight, even Maaser Sheni tahor, the mechitzas are not going to work and your condition will help. But Rav Yonah said, wait a minute, how can you make a condition? Look, let's say it's rabbinical tumah, but Torah is tahor. Let's say Maaser Sheni, or let's say a case where it's tahor. Can you honestly say, if I don't want the mechitzas to capture it, they don't capture it? How can you do that? It's Maaser Sheni, which is tahor in our Torah. Doesn't make sense. It's not the same as the Mishnah. Look, it's one thing when it's rabbinical tumah. Fair enough. You don't want the walls to capture it. It's rabbinical tumah. Look, you can't eat it anyway. I agree, it's only rabbinical, but you can't eat it. So fair enough, you can redeem it, take it out. But if it's time, and let's say proper Maaser Sheni, you're going to tell me I can make a condition that the walls are not going to capture it? Why? It's time in our Torah. Maaser Sheni, which is tar. How is a condition going to help to take away the involvement of the mechitzas? Elakeni, this is the din. Of our poda, if you went and you redeemed it outside Yerushalmi, Maaser Sheni, which is tar, which you shouldn't really, I don't know why you did it. But when it's come in and you've gone and redeemed it, and maybe you brought it in on the condition that the mechitzas should not work, if you did it, but the Eved Padoi, it is redeemed. Now the Gemara comes back to another answer on the view of Beis Shammai, according to Bar Kapara. Okay, you okay going to Mishnah? So we have here, So the Gemara answered, first of all, the reason of Beis Shammai, Maaser Sheni, which is Tameh in Yerushalmi, eat it inside. It's a gezerah. We don't want people to say, we saw Maaser Sheni leave Yerushalmi, right? And then we asked, well, if that's the case, but a gezerah shouldn't redeem it at all. So we answered that no, the mechitzas are koilet it. Now the Gemara brings from Yaakov de Ramoya, which keeps the first answer that the reason Beis Shammai is gezerah, and he explains the question why there was no gezerah in some case, why we didn't forbid you to redeem it. So Rabbi Yaakov de Ramoya, from Rabbi Yaakov from the south, he was one of the southerners. Said to Rabbi Yossi, now Beis Shammai say that if it's tamei chutz Yerushalayim, if it was tamei outside with just a vlada tumah, when nechnas it comes in, eat it inside. Lo yetze, don't take it out of the town. Eat it inside. Shlo yoimrim, we don't want people to say re'ina Maaser Sheni nechnas Yerushalayim b'yetze. Well, we saw Maaser Sheni coming in and going out, right? And now there was a question why, you shouldn't do a pidyon at all. Because Kol Yotze L'Tzav, the Yotze, V'yein Kol Yotze L'Padoi. He says, look, when you take Maaser Sheni outside Yerushalayim, everyone hears about it. We don't want people to say, wow, we saw Maaser Sheni being taken out of Yerushalayim. Now, if you're redeeming it in Yerushalayim, that's done quietly. has no Kol. That's why there's no problem, there's no Gezerah with Pidyon. We allow you to redeem it in Yerushalmi. We don't want you to take it out of Yerushalmi. Now, what about the suffix of Ruchir Bar Ada, the view of Beis Hillel? Now they said, if it's Vlada Tumah, then you redeem it and eat it inside. Yeah, if it's rabbinical Tumah inside, you eat it inside. Ruchir Bar Ada Baiko Ramana, he asked, if it's Nitzmah of Vlada Tumah, so it's only rabbinical Tumah in Yerushalayim, Ubadaya, and you redeemed it to eat it inside. Now listen to this. So it had a rabbinical Tumah, you redeemed it. Then it got a biblical Tumah on top. What's the din? Now, had it first become Tameh Avatuma, you could redeem it and eat it outside. Here, it started with a rabbinical Tumah, which we say you have to eat it inside. And you redeemed it to eat it inside. But now it has an Avatuma. Maybe you can't eat it outside. Maybe you have to redeem it again. You redeemed it once. Maybe now it's got Avatuma, you have to redeem it again. Naima, Ramana said, look, look, the first money you used to redeem it, Kayomos, if you still have them, you can use them again on this Maaser Sheni after it's Tameh, and you can eat it outside. Bim Lav, if that money's not around anymore, you used it for some other thing, you can't use that money again. If you want to eat the payers outside, you have to do it on other money. You can't use the same money again.
So you use different money and then
redeem it, and then you can eat it outside. They ain't like it, and you're not going to get Malchus a la Maaser Sheni on the second money you used. If you bought other food and you ate that food outside, you're not going to get Malchus. Min Torah, the Maaser was already redeemed with the first lot of money. Now, although with Rabbanon you have to redeem it with this money, it doesn't have Kedushas Maaser Sheni Min Torah. Therefore, you don't get Malchus. If you bought food with that money, with whatever, you're not going to get Malchus on that. Now we come to payers which were bought with money, where you Mechaleh Maaser Sheni. So you bought food with Maaser Sheni money, and it's got no pidyon, even if it's not yet coming to Yerushalayim. Once you buy food with Maaser Sheni money, you can't be paid it. You have to take it to Yerushalayim and eat it there, unless it's Tameh. Rabbi Yonah asked, after the Koach came, so payers which you bought with Maaser Sheni money and became Tameh, so you can be paid it. Do we have these rules which are said about Maaser Sheni itself, which is Tameh, that if it's Tameh Vlada Tumah, you can't eat it after redemption only inside, or maybe you can eat it outside? So you follow? We're not talking about Maaser Sheni, we're talking about we have money on Maaser Sheni and you bought food with it and it became Tameh, do the same rules apply? Ramana said, Mechitza Tofesas Malakuach Tofes. Just like Maaser Sheni, that comes in Yerushalayim. The walls capture it. You can't redeem it. You mustn't eat it outside Yerushalayim unless it's Tameh. So also, if you bought something with Maaser Sheni money, the Mekach is Tofes. You cannot redeem it. You can't eat it outside Yerushalayim unless it's Tameh. Just like Maaser Sheni itself, which goes into Yerushalayim. And since we compare them, Kashem Shenema b'mchitzasa, just like we say with its mechitza, if it's Tameh, the Maaser Vlada Tumah, then there's the issue of the mechitzas doesn't come away. Even after pidyon, you have to eat it inside. That's what Beis Hillel said. Kach noima b'lakuach. We will say the same thing with lakuach. So you bought fruit, Maaser Sheni money. If it's Tameh Vlada Tumah, the issue of eating it outside does not go away even after redemption, and you have to eat it within. You have to eat it within Yerushalayim, just like the Maaser Sheni, which is Tameh. So the Koach Maaser Sheni Tameh, the same din applies. To be continued, Rabbi Isai.